In this tutorial, we're going to cover how to create a virtual tour. Once I've logged into my Realtor account and I'm on my dashboard, I can see that there's a big white button right here that says Virtual Tours. Click here to get started. So let's click on that one. The next page is going to show me all of my existing listings. If I haven't already created my listing, I need to do that first. So I'm going to click right here on Create Listing. I've just landed on what we call the property details page. The first thing I have to do is fill in this page. There's a lot of fields, as you can see, but just to get started, I only need to fill in the required ones. And these are the ones that are underlined in green. Basically just the property address. So let's just type in an address. Let's say we are in Austin. Okay, so as soon as I filled in those 4 required fields, I get a Create Listing button. Now, if I want to, I can spend some time and fill in everything else, including my property description, or I can move ahead to the next step because I can always come back here later. So let's move ahead to the next step, Create Listing. Now, my next option is to choose between ordering a professional photo shoot or uploading my own photography. And you can do both. If I order a professional photo shoot, I will get a free platinum virtual tour. Okay? If I choose to upload my own photography, which is totally fine, I then have to pay for the virtual tour. So let's click on Upload My Own Photography. The next page is going to display the 4 different platforms of tours that we offer. We have a very basic bronze tour that's $9.99. We have a silver tour, a gold tour, and a platinum tour. So you can look at all the different options that are included with each tour, and you can also watch a demo of each tour just so you can see what they look like, and then you can decide which platform works best for you. For today's session, I'm going to choose the platinum one just so we can go through all the different options and you can see how they work. Now at this point, I would normally click on Select and Carry On. But just to save us a little bit of time, I'm actually going to go into a tour that I've already created that already has all of my content and imagery. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of here and go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click on Virtual Tours again. And this time, when I land on the same page, I'm going to choose one of my existing tours, okay? Just so it'll save us a bit of time and you can see that it already has all the content. Now, under the Options menu, I'm going to choose Edit Tour. Okay, so we are now in the back end of the Virtual Tour Creator. You might recognize this page. This is the Property Details page. This was what we first landed on when I clicked on Create Listing and I just filled in the 4 required fields. This is what it looks like when you've filled in all of the fields, including the property description field over here, and I've uploaded some imagery. So this is what it looks like when we've got all the content in it. You'll also notice up here at the top that we have what I call the navigation bar, okay? These are all the different steps you're going to go through as you create your tour. We've set it up like this so that you can jump ahead and jump back without going through every single step. A lot of the options in the Platinum Virtual Tour they're completely optional, okay? So you don't have to do them all if you don't want to, so you may choose to skip through some of the steps. For today's session, though, we'll go through all of them so you can see how everything works. So the first step is the property details page. Now we've filled in everything that we need to, which means we can move to the next step, which is the photos page. So I'm just going to click here. And we're going to land on the photos page. Now you can see I've already got all of my imagery uploaded. If you're landing here for the first time and you're uploading your own photos, you're simply going to come down here to this button right here that says Upload Images. You simply click on this, navigate on your own computer to wherever you have your imagery. You can select as many images as you want and click Go, and it will upload them all simultaneously, okay? If you had opted to book a professional photo shoot, your photographer will have uploaded all of the images into your account for you. So if you come in to look at the back end of the virtual tour, you'll land on the photos page and you'll see little thumbnails like we're seeing right now of all of your images. You also have the option of downloading any of these images, okay? Because right now they're only saved in your Realtor account. If I click on Download Images, I have 5 different sizes that I can download them at and store them into my own computer. All right, so on the Photos page, you'll notice we have tabs. We have a tab for Photos. This is where you're going to upload and store all of your regular still photography, okay? We have a tab for panos. Okay, panos are those 360-degree photos that you can hire a photographer to take for you. They'll do a full view of a room or outside the house. If I have panos, I can upload them and store them right here on the panos tab. Video, if I've taken a video or hired someone to do a video for me, I can upload the video and store it right here on the video tab. If I've hired someone to do a Matterport tour for me, this is where the Matterport tour code will be copied and pasted. Okay. If I have a floor plan for the property, I can upload a JPEG or a PDF, any image of the floor plan, and it will be stored right in here. And then again, I have my headshots and logos. And these I've probably already uploaded when I first set up my account. But if I haven't, I can always click on headshots and I can upload a new headshot if I want. Same with logos. Let's jump back to photos. Most people, when they're making a virtual tour, just use still photos, and that's totally fine. You don't have to have videos or Matterport if you don't want them. You can just use still photography, okay? So a few things to know on the Photos tab. If I mouse over, I get a bigger version of it so I can see what I'm doing. If I want to change the order of the images, because right now the order that they are in is the order they're going to play in the tour. If I want to change them, all I need to do is click and drag it into a new position and let go. Okay? So now this picture of the front of the house is going to be the first picture in my slideshow and in my virtual tour. If I want to add a caption, you'll notice there's a little link here. I can click on Add a Caption, and my caption text editor will pop up. I can type in the field the caption I want. I can see a little version of it right here. This is how it's going to look. Okay, if I'm done, I can hit close, or I might want to move to the next image and add a caption here as well. Okay, you do not have to have captions on every single image. You can pick and choose, add a caption to a few if you want to call out something special in the image, or you can leave it blank. It's totally up to you. When you're done, you can just close the pop-up window. Okay, anything else you might want to do in this page, you can delete individual pictures, but note that if you delete a picture from this page, it will be gone from your listing, okay? This is the main storage bank for all of your media. Each of these tabs will store all of the media in your account. If you delete it from this tab, it's deleted completely from your listing. Okay, so the other tab that we're going to focus on right now is the Arrange Tour tab. Now, you should know most people, when they're doing a tour, don't even click on the Arrange Tour tab. They will simply arrange all of their photos on the Photos tab and then move on to the next step. The Arrange Tour tab is for those users who would like to mix still photography with panos and video and have them mixed together and display in the virtual tour. Again, this is totally optional. You do not have to do this if you just want a straight slideshow of just straight imagery. However, if you would like to mix them, you can do that on the Arrange Tour tab. I'll just click there. So I've got all of my imagery from photos, panos, and video all mixed together on the Arrange Tour tab. I can change the order of them just by clicking on them and dragging them around like I showed you before. So right now, if I leave this as it is, I'm going to have a photo right here, followed by a pano, two more photos, video, photo, pano, so on and so forth. Okay, whatever changes I make on the Arrange Tour tab will override the order that I had the photos here on the Photos tab. Okay, so I've changed the order on my Arrange Tour and I've mixed in different media, panos and videos with my still photography. This is now what's going to show in the virtual tour. Okay, if there's anything that you don't want to appear in the virtual tour, but you don't want to delete it completely from your listing. So for example, I may not want this pano to appear in my tour, but I don't want to delete it from my listing. I can delete it from the Arrange Tour tab by clicking right here on the little X, and now it's deleted. I can see that I've got a Show Excluded button that appeared as soon as I did that. If I click on Show Excluded, it shows me the pano that I just deleted. Okay, it has not deleted it from my listing. It has only deleted it from the Arrange Tour tab, which means it will not show up in the actual tour. I can also add the pano back if I want to. Okay, simply by clicking on the little plus symbol, it's now going to add the pano back right here. into my arranged tour. Okay? So this is how the arranged tour works. And as I mentioned, most people don't even click on the arranged tour. They simply go by photos. Okay, so we're done with our photos. Let's move on to the next step, which is the map. I'm going to click on the map. Okay, a Google map is going to pop up, and the little marker right here is indicating my listing address. So this is where my listing is. Now, often you don't have to do anything on this page. You just want to double check and make sure that the little marker is where it is supposed to be. Sometimes Google doesn't quite get it right, okay? If that's the case and your marker isn't quite where you want it to be, you can simply use your mouse, click on the marker, and drag it. Let's just drag it over here. Drag it to where it is supposed to be, and that is all you have to do on the map page. Okay, we're good to go. We're going to move on to floor plans. Okay, so you may have remembered that back on the photos page, I had uploaded a floor plan. If you get to this page and realize, oh, I actually do have a floor plan, I just didn't upload it, that's fine. You can use the navigation bar to jump back to photos. Let's do that now. Click on the floor plans tab and then upload a floor plan, okay? I'm going to jump back to floor plans because I've already done this. So here's my floor plan, and if I want to just leave my floor plan as it is, I can do that. And when I'm watching my virtual tour, the floor plan will show up and people can look at it. I also have the option of illustrating my floor plan with my listings images. And you'll notice that all of my listings images are sitting right here. Okay? If I want to illustrate the floor plan, I can click on an image. Here's one of the living room, and I can drag it over on top of the floor plan, and when I let go, that image becomes a little camera icon. If I click on the camera icon, I get a nice size pop-up of the actual image, and I can close that. So if I want to add some photos to my floor plan, I can do that. Maybe I'll just drag over a couple. Here's one of the kitchen. Here's one of the bathroom. Okay. Here's a bedroom. Okay, and you can drag as many pictures over onto the floor plan as you want. If you make a mistake and realize, oh, I don't really want that there, if I mouse over the camera, there's a little X. I can delete the camera icon. Oops, there we go. All it does is send the image back over here into this little area. It doesn't delete the image from my listing. Okay, so that's all we need to do for the floor plans. Next up is flyer. So let's click on flyer. Now, a lot of the time you will land on this page and you won't have a flyer created yet. It just depends which order you like to do things. Some people like to make their flyers first and then do their virtual tours. Some people like to do their virtual tour first and then do your flyer. It doesn't matter which way you go. If you land on this page and you already have a flyer, as I do, you'll see a little thumbnail of the flyers over here. Now I have a bunch of flyers. You might just have one, that's fine. If you have a flyer and you want to associate the flyer with the virtual tour, I can choose the one I want and just drag and drop it over here. Now when someone watches my virtual tour, they will have the option to download a PDF of my flyer if they want to, okay? If I haven't made my flyer, I can exit out of the virtual tour right now and go in and make a flyer, then come back into the virtual tour and it will be sitting here waiting for me. Or I can finish my virtual tour, pay for it, publish it, then go through making a flyer and come back at any time and add the flyer, okay? So that's all we do on the flyer page. Next up is branding. Now on the branding page, we are showing you the contact section of your virtual tour. It's down at the very bottom. Now we're doing this just so you can see what it's going to look like, and you have a few options for branding. Basically, you can change the color. Okay, I'm going to click on a different color. And the page is going to automatically reload and show me the contact section with the new color I've just selected, okay? So I can play around with the different colors. I can also change my font. Simply by ticking any of these fonts, it's going to reload the contact section and show me a different font. I also have the option of showing all of my other listings that I have in my Realtour account if I want to, or if I don't want to show those listings, I can tick hide my listings. I have the option of having one agent or two agents display in my tour, okay? Now the default for my headshot and logo is just the very first headshot and logo that I have uploaded into my account. If I want to change them, I can simply click on change headshot. I can see all of my other headshots are here. I'll click on a different one and the tour will automatically update with that new headshot. Same thing with my logo. If I want to change it, I can just click a different logo and it will update it. I can also hide my headshot or hide my logo if I want to for any reason. Okay, now you'll notice that most of my contact information is already showing up here. This is because our system will take as much contact information as I have already set up in my account. That's why we always encourage people when you first make your account to fill in your contact information, your social media links, upload your headshots and logos, because when you come in to make a marketing product like a virtual tour, it's all going to be here for you and it will just save you some time. If for whatever reason I want to change any of this information, I can just come over here and edit it and it will update right here on my tour. Okay, so this is basically all we need to do on the branding page. Next up is SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So if you want to, you can add some text phrases, some words, call out words, anything that would describe your listing right here on your page. Okay, now to make it a little bit easier for people, we've taken the property description that you've entered on the property details page and we've populated it here. If you can't think of any keywords on your own, you can read through your property description and select some keywords from here and copy and paste them or type them up here in this text field. So basically what you want to do for keywords is think about what somebody might be searching for when they do a Google search or a Chrome search. When they're searching for a listing, what kind of keywords might they be searching for, right? They might type in something like 4-bedroom home, downtown Austin with a swimming pool, right? So if those words match your listing, put those individual words up here, and then your listing has a much better chance of showing up in the search results when someone's doing a Google search. Okay, again, this is optional. You can leave this blank if you don't want to do the SEO portion. Next up is music. So music is also optional. It should be noted that the music will only play in the virtual tour portion, okay, not in the slideshow. If you want to sample all of our music, you can simply click on the little play button beside each one and you can listen to a sample. If you like one of them and want to include music, you just tick beside it, the one that you want, okay? And then we'll automatically add music to the virtual tour portion. If you don't want music, you can just tick no music. Next up is proof. Okay, we're going to click here to preview our tour. Now I've already got my tour open. Once you click on it, it will open up in a new window and you can see how the virtual tour is going to appear when someone looks at it. Okay, now keep in mind your tour is not live yet. It's just in your Realtour account. So it looks like it's live and all the buttons will work when we click on them, but it's only active in your Realtour account. So this is your chance to go through everything and make sure you've got everything arranged the way you want it to. Okay, so it's set up like a little website. So up here in the top, we have our little tagline that we entered on the property details page. We have our address, our price. Over here on the right, we have our basic contact information, okay? Then we have buttons that we can go through the various portions of the tour, okay? So I can click on any of these and it will move me down into that portion of the tour. So at the top, we have a nice slideshow of all of my images that I uploaded. Now you'll notice I've also got my caption here. Now I can go next, 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 and go through all of my images like a slideshow, okay? I can also scroll down and click on any of these images and see them at full size, okay, with the caption if I want to do that as well, if I want to see the full picture. I can close that. If I scroll down a bit further, I can see my property details, okay? So there's my property description. I can show more, show less, if I have more text. I can also click on forward to a friend, okay? If I want to send this tour to anybody else, forward to a friend, okay? Scroll down. I had a Matterport tour included with this, so if I want to activate the Matterport tour and watch it, I can do that right here. I also had a video uploaded, so I can play my video here, make sure everything's the way I want it. Scroll down further. This is my location. I can click here and make sure that my location is correct on the Google map. Scroll down further. Here's my floor plan, okay? Take a look at that, make sure it looks good. And I can scroll down further and remember I included my listings. Now I didn't have to do anything to set this up. My listings are just sitting here waiting for me. I also had the option to hide the listings, but why not show all my other listings, right? It's just free advertising for myself. If I scroll down a little bit more, here's the contact information that we saw on the branding page. Okay, so this is my chance to make sure that everything looks the way I want it to. Scroll back up to the top. Good to go. Okay, I can also click on virtual tour. So this is just a slideshow. Basically, this is set up as what we call a single property website. I can click to play a virtual tour as well. Okay, the system automatically generates a virtual tour in with everything. So I can sit here and watch it if I want, right? I started mine off with a pano, so it's starting off with the pano. Okay, and then it will play the rest of my imagery, just like a slideshow, or not like a moving show presentation with the music and everything I had. I can pause it at any time and pull up my little thumbnails and go from there too if I want. There, and hit play, and it will start to play. Okay, so this is the traditional virtual tour that a lot of people are used to. So I get both. Oh, there's my video about to start. I'll just stop that. Pause. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of the virtual tour, and I'm back into the slideshow and the single property website. Okay, so this is opened in a separate window. All I need to do to get back to where I was is click back, and I'm right back in the back end. This is where I was before on the preview tour, the proof page. If I need to make any changes to anything that I've seen, I can use my navigation bar and jump back to any of the stages I was at. I can make some changes to my property details. I can rearrange my photos. I can upload a different flyer. I can change my branding, change the font, change the color. Anything I want to do, I can do that back here. So let's assume that I'm finished and I'm happy with the way my tour looks. I can move ahead to the links page. Now the links page has all of these tabs. The first one is just called links. This is where you're going to get the links for the virtual tour. As I mentioned when we were doing the view proof, the virtual tour itself is not live anywhere except in your Realtour account, okay? So you can pay for your tour, publish it, get it going, but it's only going to be live in your Realtour account until you copy one of the links, and we provide you with a branded link and an unbranded link. You have to copy these links and manually paste them into wherever you want it to go. If you want it to go into Zillow, if you want it to go into your MLS account, you have to do that manually, okay? That's just so that you, the user, can control when you want those tours to go live. We don't want you to have to, set it live automatically just to test it in your Realtor account, okay? We also provide you with codes, okay, code for the tour so you can embed it into another site if you want. And we also have codes that you can link all of these tours into your own personal website if you want to do that as well, okay? So this links tab is where you're going to find the links. Next up is domain name. If for whatever reason you want to purchase your own domain name, a unique domain name, you can type that in here, check to see if it's available. If it is, you can purchase it for an additional purchase it for an additional $19.95. Next up is QR code. For every tour that we generate, we automatically create a QR code, and it's free. If you want to use it for anything, you can simply download it and you'll get a JPEG of it, and then you can use it in signage or any kind of marketing material that you might want. YouTube. If you want to send a video of your tour to YouTube, you can do that right here on this page. Matterport. If you've hired a photographer to take a Matterport video for you, the links for that Matterport video are sitting right here, okay, on this page. Last, statistics. Every Monday, we send out a statistics report to you, the user, so you can see how many people have looked at your virtual tour. Now, obviously, they're not going to be able to access your virtual tour until you post it somewhere outside of your Realtour account. But once you've done that and people start clicking on it and watching it, you can check these statistics, okay? Now, if you would like to send that statistics report for this particular listing to one of your clients or to someone else, you can enter their name and their email address, click add, and then every Monday they will also get a report for this particular listing. Okay, so that's basically it. We've gone through the process and all the steps that are included if you want to make a platinum virtual tour. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of these features are optional. You do not have to in the photos section, you don't have to use videos or panos or Matterport. If you just have regular still photography, that's fine. You do not have to include a floor plan or a flyer. You can leave your branding to the default. You do not have to add SEO words or choose music. A lot of people will simply upload images and jump right to the end. It's entirely up to you, but everything is right here if you want to use it, okay? Go back to my dashboard page, and that brings us to the end of the virtual tour tutorial.